The Code of Hammurabi versus the law given to Moses. The Code of Hammurabi and the laws in the Old Testament are two of the most ancient and influential legal codes in human history. Both have deeply shaped the moral and legal foundations of the societies that followed them. To understand their differences, especially in terms of morality, it's essential to consider their origins, context, and the specific laws they contain. Historical and cultural context. Code of Hammurabi. Originating from ancient Babylon around 1754 BC, the Code of Hammurabi is one of the oldest deciphered writings of significant length in the world. Hammurabi, the sixth king of Babylon, enacted this code consisting of 282 laws. This code is based on a system of strict justice, often exemplified by the phrase, an eye for an eye. Old Testament law. The laws in the Old Testament, primarily found in the books of Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, were written over several centuries, starting around the 14th century BC. These laws were given to the Israelites by God through Moses. They include moral, ceremonial, and civil laws, and are rooted in the covenant relationship between God and his people. The foundation of morality. Code of Hammurabi. Predominantly secular in nature, the morality implicit in Hammurabi's code is rooted in maintaining social order and hierarchy. The code is more about the application of earthly justice, executed by the king, who is seen as a mediator between gods and people. Old Testament law. Morality is intrinsically tied to the divine will and character of God. The laws go beyond societal regulation, aiming to shape individual character and community relationships in a covenantal context with God. Nature of justice. Code of Hammurabi emphasizes retributive justice, an eye for an eye, with a strong focus on punishment and deterrence. The code reflects the stratified social structure of ancient Babylon, with different penalties for the same crime based on social class. Old Testament law. While it includes aspects of retributive justice, there's a notable emphasis on restorative justice. Many laws focus on restitution and restoration of relationships, pointing towards a more holistic understanding of community and divine justice. Conclusion. The differences between the Code of Hammurabi and the Old Testament laws in terms of their moral outlook and implications have profoundly impacted legal, ethical, and cultural development throughout history. The Code of Hammurabi's approach, with its focus on clear, strict justice, set foundational principles for lawmaking. In contrast, the Old Testament's integration of law with moral and spiritual principles has influenced more holistic views of justice, emphasizing restoration and community alongside retribution. These divergent paths highlight the richness and complexity of human legal and moral evolution.